Hi there. How you doing? All right. Good to see you here. So today's hangout or this webinar is about the perils of privilege. Sorry, just getting into this. Just not used to these webinars, to be honest with you. So here we go. The perils of privilege. That's what I'm going to talk about today. And so let's have a quick look at what we've got here. So we've got privilege. Now, the whole point of privilege is that it says that some people are born with advantages that are not enjoyed by others. Okay, so there are the privileged and the underprivileged. But I think the concept of privilege is a dangerous one. And the reason I say that is that the reality is there is no equality. There is no equality. And some people will, bristle at this, and I'm sure this will be an unpopular post or an unpopular video for a lot of people I know. It is worthwhile, it is worthy to have the concept of privilege in terms of we need to be grateful and acknowledge what we do have. That's awesome, and that's great, and there's nothing wrong with that. And we also need to acknowledge there are people that are have less than us, and we can help them and that sort of thing. That's great. But the reality is that there is no such thing as equality. Brendan Schaub, the UFC fighter and the podcaster from Fighter and the Kid, often says, there is no equality. There are people that have won the genetic lottery. They are freaks, and they are going to beat you or me 9 times out of 10 just because. And there's nothing you can do about that. That's just the way it is. And the point I'm trying to make is that you need to be aware of this reality, and you need to work within reality and not in the construct of a concept which is flawed in reality. Okay. That being said, let's just have a look at this. Share. There is no equality, but equality, like perfection, is something to strive towards, knowing the whole time that it is unobtainable, right? Equality, like perfection, is something to strive towards, knowing it is unobtainable. So what does that mean? That means that we know that we can never be perfect, but there is a lot of benefit in trying and striving to become perfect and going there and trying to get to that point. So, the concept of perfection is flawed in reality, but it's still useful. And equality is the same thing. Concept of equality will never be equal. It's flawed, but it's still worth striving for. So how does this come with privilege? Why is privilege more dangerous than these two? Because there's no benefit in the concept of privilege. If you are privileged, what are you going to do? Is it worth me trying harder? I'm already privileged, I don't need to try. And if you're underprivileged, is there any reason for me to bother trying? Those are the things that you seem to, you will end up thinking if you're in a privileged concept, if you're living within that privileged construct. So what can we do that serves us better becomes the question. What can we do that serves us better than thinking about this privilege thing? And the answer to that is to play to our strengths. What we need to do is always play to our strengths. We need to position ourselves to leverage our strengths. So I've been doing quite a bit of work and research recently on personal positioning, and I'm going to be doing a few of these webinars around that topic and different aspects of that topic. And so personal positioning is saying, okay, I may consider myself to be underprivileged or privileged or whatever I am in that continuum. I think it doesn't matter where you are. And the reason I say it doesn't matter where you are is there's always somebody who's going to be better than you, and there's always somebody that's going to be worse off than you. You have an advantage over some, and you're a disadvantage to others. The point is, we're all like that. You, me, everybody. We're all in that situation. further up and down the scale for sure, but we've all got that situation. What matters is what we do about it and what we decide to do about it. And what you need to decide to do is to go, okay, I'm here, wherever here is for you, and I'm going to work on becoming better and improving my position. And the way I'm going to do that is through X. And X will be what those skills are for you. So for me, my skills are in training and in communicating, written word and spoken word. I do quite well with those. So those are the strengths that I'm going to play to. I've got issues that I have, as we all do, in terms of currently my issues are not haven't got a lot of money behind me, just had some dramas going on and need to work on that. So I'm going to use my strengths to do that. So the question is, what are your strengths? What is it that you do better than the people around you? Now, you don't have to be the best in the world about it, at it, or whatever it is, but you just need to be a little bit better than the people around you, and that can improve your positioning. And then the next part of positioning is to figure out how you get that across. How do you get that message across that these are the things you're good at? So I hope that's given you something to think about. It's my first time doing this in this format, so it's a learning experience for me. So thank you for tuning in, and yeah, make sure that you work on your personal positioning. I'll catch you next time. Next time I'm going to do another one of these next week, and I'll be looking at the reason why who we are, or who you are, is more important than what you do. Why is it that who you are is more important these days than what you do? So we'll look at that next time. I'll put some links in here so you can find out where to look at that. All right, I'll catch you next time. I'm Chris Hanlon. Thank you very much.